I've already started GXWorks for us, and I've opened the project. So one thing one can start with is in the manual viewer. I'm going to show you where we're going to get all this detail from. Okay, in the manual viewer, you can open your GXWorks operating manual, and in the operating manual, under searching data, you will find the advanced or the data flow analysis function. Okay, so merely just type in data flow analysis, and the manual viewer will take you to the relative subject in the manual, and you will find it there under 9.8 in the manual. Okay, so under 9.8 you'll find a detailed explanation of what one can do with the data flow analysis tool or function. So what I want to highlight that I've run into is you can get a little bit lost in finding your way around to understand what the analysis tool will show you, the data flow analysis tool, or function for that matter. It's important to refer to the manual, read the notes at the bottom of the manual. Over here in the manual viewer, you will see a detailed description of what you can expect to see while you're doing your analysis. So the top part is merely just all the icons on the tool itself. So if I show you in GXWorks, these are all the tools that we will find in GXWorks. In GXWorks for the data flow analysis tool function. Okay, so detailed explanation you'll find here on what they are and their purpose for, and these are the icons that we'll find in the data flow analysis function. Okay, so take note of the different highlights that you'll find during the analysis. So one item that I tend to run into, which I first of all didn't understand because I did not read the book, is the loop icon. So whenever you get to a loop icon in the data flow analysis, clearly explained in the manual, which let us know that this icon is displayed when a device or a label in a block or process block is in a same location is repeated. If this icon is displayed on a block, the block cannot be extended. Okay, an example is this icon is displayed if the same device is used for a contact or a coil. Okay, so that will be the end of the line, and it's basically where the code circulates back to itself in your design. Okay, so let's have a look at this. So we have got a state machine function block. If we look at it in the main program body, this is basically what the function block looks like. So if we would like to learn a little bit more about what is driven, let me show you in the manual, clearly explained here for us in this layout. So if we look at a label or a device, so what the data flow analysis function will do for us, it will show us what will be affected by this label or device, and also on the other side is what's going to be affecting the label, okay, in your design. So it makes it quickly for us to find how we drive the label, or how the label or device drive an output from it, or let me rather not use the word output, how it drives the following code, and also how your code is driving this device or label. Okay. Let's have a look at that. Now I'm just going to randomly pick one of the items here. Let's take a boarding. Okay, so a boarding in the function block is driving a label called B state boarding in this case. So let's go and analyze that function. So for me to be able to analyze quickly, the shortcut key on the keyboard will be Control-Shift-E. Okay, you also find that note in the manual viewer. Again, read the notes at the bottom of the descriptions. Where did I find it now? Okay. You can either press the home key for moving to a device or a label block, and where is this one now? Control-Shift-E. I've seen it just here now. I think it's a bit earlier in the previous explanation. There we go. Okay, Control-Shift-E. You just click on a label either in your ladder or your structured text or in your function block diagram on any label or device, and you merely just press the buttons Control-Shift-E at the same time, and you will start to analyze the code. Okay, in my case now we're looking at the boarding. Let's use that one. Control-Shift-E, and then we're busy analyzing it. So this is the end of it. So this is the result that I want. Okay. Now the analyzer has told me that the function block is driving that bit, and I can expand what happens on the other side of the function block, what is affecting the function block. So if I open that, the first one that I get is B enable, and I note that the bit is over there. So B enable obviously gets driven by something, and we can go and have a look. So there's a set. So something sets B enable, and that will be SM402. SM402 will then drive the set, and we can merely just double click on the label or the device, and the analyzer will take me exactly to the piece of code that's going to drive the set, and then the B enable, which is connected from there to here. Okay. So more importantly, one can go into the function block and analyze data from wherever code. It doesn't matter where you are. I'm just looking at the function block now for an example. And I'm going into the function block now, and I've selected a part in my function block which I would like to analyze. A little bit of a design that I got going here, and let's say I would like to analyze this label to see how it's been according to the manual, how it's affecting the block, the affecting block and the affected block by this label. Okay, so Control Shift E again, and we can go and sit and analyze now how the data flow between and from this label. So over there I'm just going to expand the first layer on both sides, the affecting and the affected. Okay, so now left hand side will be the affecting code, affecting this label or device. So I'm going to expand here. I note that there's a reset. I can immediately go and double click on that, and that will be the piece of code in my main program that's resetting a bit. Okay, sorry, this is in the function block, and expanding that, and it's merely the enable label in the used inside the function block. So whenever your function block is enabled, that will do a reset on the local stop. Okay, so that's where that ends up. And then on the other side, how's that affecting my code? I can click on this AND block and note that this label will affect that, and I can expand again and it will do a reset, which will be the following one, which I can expand again, which will affect the local stop, which I can expand again. And this is where it becomes interesting now for me to follow and note, and there is my end of line. So this and that is the same thing. Okay, but from there I have another OR that's going to be affected. Okay, so there's my OR block, which is affected by this bit switching on and off. Okay, and we can expand that and go back to an AND block. So how that OR block is driving this AND block, and so on and so forth. Okay, so you can very easily find how your code is affecting your system. So I'm basically going down a rabbit hole here now. Okay, so how that bit will affect the root of what you've created in your program. So the purpose of it is really to make it easy for you to find unknown events that might have happened in your code. I will do another video on this where I've actually coded mistakes into the program where there's actual errors, which you will not see in the build of your code. So if you're going to convert your code and you rebuild all, it will build fine because the logic is set right and the program will work, but it's not going to work to your expectation. Okay, and then I will analyze it for us then on that video, so we can do some troubleshooting on good working code. Well, relatively said there. And I think I'm going to conclude that by just looking at our e-manual viewer again. So all the information that you need on how to use and what to do, you're going to find a lot of nitbits in here. There's extensive amount of information in the e-manual viewer to understand what you can, what you cannot do with the data flow analysis. Again, please make note of all the notes that you find in the e-manual viewer, read them and understand what the limitations is. There's clearly a couple of limitations, and you'll find it at the bottom. So read the points and the notes that comes in the descriptions in the manual viewer. And for instance, here's a good one. Read up on the considerations when you work with the analyzer. Very well explained on what you can do and what you shouldn't do with the manual viewer and what to expect. One important point that I've seen there is if you did some change in your code and you didn't convert it, yeah, you're gonna get unexpected results, and you're gonna run yourself into a rabbit hole where you're not gonna understand why your code is doing something. So always convert your code before you analyze it. Okay, so I'm gonna stop there for today. Any questions on that? Anybody with any questions? And we can quickly have a look at them. You guys got any questions there? And then I can quickly give you a guide. Or what to expect. Okay, so I'm gonna move on with that. If you don't have any questions, please feel free to send some of your questions to Samantha B at adroid.co.za. I'll repeat that again later. Go and have a look at our website. Lots of good information on the website. To help you with some of your questions. Website is updated regularly with new information and new features and functions that we build into our products. Go and have a look at the support link, and you will find some more information around the Android product. Go and look at the forum. There's always new information available for us to learn from. And also go and have a look at the Mitsubishi support forum. Again, we keep that up to date. New examples that we place down there for the guys to use. For you guys to use this game. So thank you very much. Thank you very much for sharing your time, and I hope you've learned something today. Please like and click on the subscribe button. Also click on that bell icon so you can receive notifications and not miss out on our live webinars. The next webinar will be about how to use and find find data tool effectively in Works3. That will be then at 11 o'clock on next Tuesday morning, presented by myself. If you have any suggestions around this presentation or other presentation topics, please email Samantha b@adroid.co.za. That'll be Samantha b@adroid.co.za. We look forward to host you at another of our events, and we thank you again. Be sure to like and subscribe and click that bell icon. Goodbye and stay safe.